Hi everyone, I'm Behnam Khatami, Managing Partner of Nami Associates. I'm very pleased to be here today, and I'd like to thank SIPAC team and Zhong Lun law firm for organizing this event. Before introducing our IP practice, let me briefly introduce Nami Associates. We are the largest top-tier law firm in Iran, providing full-service legal support across a wide range of industries. Over the years, we have served as a strategic legal partner to many multinational and foreign companies, including leading Chinese corporations and their councils, and have become a key gateway for foreign participants doing business in Iran. As part of this multidisciplinary platform, our IP department has grown significantly in the recent years. We regularly advise on IP disputes, licensing and registration, trademark matters, and enforcement of rights, supporting international clients in protecting their assets in Iran. The firm has been consistently ranked top tier by leading international legal directories like Chambers Global Legal 500 and Lexology Index, and is widely recognized as a key portal for legal matters in the Iranian market. I'm pleased to hand over to my colleague Fatemeh, who heads our IP department and will provide you with some more insight regarding IP matters in Iran. Fatemeh, go ahead.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. At Nami Associates, we offer comprehensive IP services, for instance, conflict search, registration and renewal, monitoring and investigations, both online and on-site, portfolio management, enforcement of rights before the relevant administrative or judicial authorities, and commercialization of IP assets, including drafting contracts to both multinational and domestic clients. Next slide, please. Iran celebrates a century of IP law. The first IP law was enacted 100 years ago in 1925. Over the past 12 months, the most significant development in Iranian IP law has been the enactment of the Industrial Property Protection Law in 2024. This new law replaces the 2008 Patents, Industrial Designs, and Trademarks Registration Act. The new law marks a substantial step toward modernizing Iran's IP framework and aligning it more closely with international standards. Let me briefly outline 4 aspects of Iran's current IP framework that are worth highlighting. We can move on to the next slide, please. Iran operates on a first-to-file system, which means that early registration is the key. Iran has several requirements for license agreements. They must state if the license is exclusive or non-exclusive and clarify whether sub-licensing is allowed. They must contain provisions regarding the licensor's quality control over the relevant goods and services. Any license or assignment agreement must be recorded with the Iran Intellectual Property Center, which is the administrative body handling registration and renewals. And if not recorded, such agreements are only valid between the parties and are not enforceable against third parties. The third aspect is that Iran has specialized IP courts for both civil and criminal cases. It is important to note that, as a general rule, cancellation action against a trademark registration can only be filed within 5 years of registration. However, where a trademark was registered in bad faith, there is no such a time limit. Turning now to practical challenges, it's important to emphasize that international sanctions do not restrict IP protection in Iran. Many multinational companies continue to register and maintain their IP portfolio here. That said, sanctions do reduce the physical presence of foreign companies in the Iranian market. This limits the presence, and such a limited presence makes more vulnerable to non-use cancellation, mainly the trademarks, and it also exposes well-known brands to counterfeiting and copycat risks. Another ongoing challenge is the lack of full integration with international IP treaties. Iran is not a member of TRIPS or the Berne Convention. For authors, both domestic and foreign, copyright protection applies only to works first published, distributed, or performed inside Iran. Now, our practical recommendations to manage these risks are that right holders should conduct regular market surveillance, both online and on-site. They should also work closely with the local councils who understand the administrative and judicial complexities, and they should proactively maintain evidence of use for their IP assets that are registered in Iran. Next slide, please. Let me close with a note on Chinese investors who have become increasingly active in Iran, especially in trade and infrastructure projects. For Chinese companies, the risks I mentioned earlier are particularly relevant. All foreign investors, including Chinese, must remain vigilant in monitoring, maintaining, and enforcing the rights. With the right strategy, IP in Iran can remain the defensible and valuable asset because the Iranian market itself holds considerable value. It has a large consumer base, a strategic geographic position, and growing trade and investment links, particularly under the recently expanded cooperation agreements with China, including the Iran-China 25-year cooperation program. Thank you so much for your time and attention.